Hello and welcome to this video. My name is Roxy. I am an artist. I paint very colorful self-portraits and this is part one of a series of weekly in the life videos in my studio. Hey, from a completely different setting. This is my home. I just came back from a 3-week holiday and then I took a week off at home as well, which means I am completely out of my work mode, which is good. I cannot remember when it was the last time that I actually spent 3 weeks away from home. I probably was a kid and we were probably camping or something. And I am completely reset in my head. I had some insights as well, work-wise, but I'm also completely out of it. So I thought it would be fun to just take you along with me while I get back into work. And that means actually going to work the first day with me again. I am actually feeling a little bit nervous to go to the studio because I haven't been there for such a long time. And I'm not exactly sure what I want to do because this is the first time this year. I don't really have a lot planned. Like I have one solo exhibition planned, which is great. I mean, that is a big thing. That is not a small thing. But assignment-wise, commission-wise, I have nothing planned, which is a little bit scary, but it's also the reality of being self-employed. Summer is always a really quiet time, and it can all change in a week. I mean, in theory, next week I could get like a full inbox and have the rest of the year planned, but right now, there's nothing. There are a few things on my to-do list for the coming time. This Sunday I have a market planned and I need to see what I'm going to bring because I have no idea. I have a full inbox. I ignored all emails for a month. So that's what I need to do. And there are a few announcements that I need to kind of plan social media wise. And I'm just going to show you how I do that and how I make sure that I'm not like overwhelming everyone with information and how I kind of plan that sort of thing. I'm probably not painting today. I always feel weird when I come back from a holiday, if it's 3 days or if it's a week or if it's a month. And I actually haven't painted or drawn anything in the last month. I took my painting supplies with me though. I wanted to make a video painting in this idyllic landscape with flowers and cows and sun. But somehow in those 3 weeks, I did not find the time to do that. And I guess it's just something I just don't draw or paint on holiday. And it feels like when I watch other artists work, even if it's just on the internet, because that's like my framework of other artists' work, it seems like they're all painting and drawing all the time, and that is just not me. I really need rest from drawing and painting, and I love taking a long break from painting and drawing because it like recharges my energy and also my will to paint and draw. So I have no video to show you. I did really bring the materials with me, but I just didn't do it. I went to France, by the way, the south of France. So it was really, there really was nothing, just cows and flowers. The next point that I need to do this week, I want to prepare canvases and order them for new paintings. So the way that my brain works is that I just need everything in front of me. I shouldn't have to think about buying materials and how much money it's going to cost. If the painting material is in front of me, I'm going to paint. If it's not there, I might not. It might take months more. And I really want to get back into the painting atmosphere. Because I feel like I'm really getting somewhere with the works that I'm making right now. And I want to continue on that style before I kind of lose the energy to go in that direction. One last thing on my list is that before I have my solo exhibition, that's in the end of October, I want to make a small zine. And I want to make that small zine with materials that I already have. So in these next videos, you'll probably see me take a few days, maybe a week, of compiling a lot of material for that zine. I have never made a zine. I don't know how. I have to research where I need to print it and how that all works. It's probably going to be a limited edition, maybe like 100 or 200. But it's really something that I've been wanting to make for a long time because I love my sketchbooks, and I know that a lot of people get inspired by looking through those sketchbooks, and I kind of want to compile all those things related to the paintings that I'm going to present into this little booklet that is just affordable to take with you instead of getting a large painting. I know for me, if I go to an exhibition and there's like a little zine or a little booklet, I love taking it with me, and I love taking kind of that inside look into an artist's brain. But I just never came around to make one. So that's something I really, really want to make. And that's already quite a long list. I noticed last night I was in bed, and I knew that I knew that my first day of work was going to be tomorrow, and there were all these thoughts going and going and going and going and going, and I thought, like, brain, please stop. You need to sleep. Don't do this. And it's just something that I always have, like when I really like working, and I really like working on different parts of being an artist. Like I love the business side, I love the artist side, I love the creating side and the new opportunity side. But my brain is just always going. And that is something that I realized, I think, during this long holiday. I really need to find a way to stop that, because otherwise I am always working, and I really want to work less. I think I'm going to give myself extra days off from now on, maybe one day every 2 weeks, one guilt-free day. And that guilt-free day is just like, that's just my off day, you know, like weekends. I don't try to work on weekends because the weekend is the weekend. That's just something like a rule for myself. So I think I'm just going to give myself that extra day off as a rule. Like my employer says, I am off one day every 2 weeks instead of working 5 days a week. Maybe it works. I hope so. Instead of burning out and then taking that day off and feeling guilty all day. And I want to do more fun things. I want to allow myself to do more fun things. That is what I learned during this holiday. Okay, enough talk. I am going to grab my things and we are going back to the studio, and I'm excited to see how it looks because I know my studio mate has worked there for the past month. I think she's on holiday right now, so we'll probably be alone, which is actually, I think it's kind of nice because that way I can kind of get into it. I need to buy coffee to make there, or actually milk and coffee to make there. And yes, I'm a little bit excited. Ooh. Spiders! Really, a lot of them? Hello, little friend. Hello. You need to go. You're in our way. Ugh. Weird to be back. It looks the same, obviously, but it does feel good to be back. It's just a really nice space. Third things I'm going to do are just some small, boring things. I'm just going to clean out the fridge because I did not do that when I went away. And I'm going to clean up all the drawing materials that I took with me and I didn't use. It's time for emails because I don't feel like doing emails, so it's good to just get that out of the way first. I read a lot of books in my vacation. I did not read this one. I did read a few fiction books though, but I am really looking forward to reading this one because I heard a lot of good things about it. But for now, it's going back into the atelier library. Then these are all my framing supplies because I brought a painting with me to stretch and frame. And I think this is just like, this can just go right back. Oh, the scissors! I lost them. Okay, good, I found them back. Let's see, I think, yeah, that's all. That's all framing stuff. And these are all oil pastels because I was planning to use oil pastels on paper, but I didn't do that. So I brought fixative as well. I'm looking at this thing, wondering where the tube is, but maybe it's in here. Found it! Nice. Okay, that were all the emails. I just saw an email that I have to do now as well because the deadline is August 31st and it's now the 26th of August. A prize called the Koninklijke Prijs in the Netherlands, and it's like this nationwide prize that is just for art, just for painting, and the prize is actually awarded by the king, so very prestigious. I got rejected a few times, but I have until I am 35 years old, so every time it comes up I'm going to apply. And then the emails are done and it's before 12 I think. Then I'm just going to make a coffee and see what I'm going to take with me to the market. That is done. It actually crashed during the process, so I had to do it twice, but whatever. It is done within the deadline. I also photographed and used this new painting for the process, just to include my recent work. This was a fun one to make, and it's the biggest one I made so far, I think, and I really like it. So these are the last stretchers that I have, but now I only have 150 centimeter and then a few spare stretcher bars for the middle part of the painting, so that's like the cross. So I'm basically empty at the moment, and I need to order more. I personally don't really like removing the painting from the stretcher bars when I'm not exhibiting them. Maybe after a while, but now I have some paintings below that I'm not entirely sure if I want to take them with me to the solo exhibition I have in October, and also, I don't know, they're not in the way, so I'd rather just order new stretchers than remove those from the old stretcher bars. But the way my brain works is that I need the materials first, I need the dimensions, and then I'm going to make on the stretchers. So I have like 2 sketches for now, and I kind of know that I want those to be big and large paintings, but for the rest I have no idea. So it's just kind of guessing what sizes work and guessing what sizes I like, and then just ordering them. I know I want one really big canvas and a few middle sizes. I know that my brain gets kind of tired after working on bigger canvases, so I like working on smaller sizes as well, and it makes it like an easier win when a painting is finished, because the larger ones take so much time, and then the middle ones are, I don't know, they're not easy, but they are definitely less time consuming. So I decided on all the sizes of the canvases. I am going for a 300 by 150 centimeter canvas, but I'm dividing it by 2, so there's going to be a line in the middle, which is making it way easier for transport, probably a little bit easier to stretch as well, since it's not such a huge size, and it's honestly practical as well, because I could only find cheaper stretchers up to 200 centimeters. That's going to be exciting. That's practically my entire wall, and then I have some space next to it, like there's like this line in the middle where the electricity is, and then there's a little space next to it where I have space for another canvas. I ordered some other stretcher bars as well for 100 by 130, so that's going to be a little bit smaller and a little bit more relaxed than the huge one. I also have an idea for the painting, because I made some reference images, collages already. Now I am diving into the world of primers, because last time I prepped a few canvases was the first time that I didn't use prepared linen. I am definitely buying a roll of prepared linen because it is such a bitch to prepare. It takes so much time, and I really do not enjoy the process, but I think I should at least give myself a chance to do it right for once. So I am diving into the world of primers, and last time I used gesso, which makes sense. I mean, you always use gesso, but I did not know that I had to use a certain glue before that, because I just didn't know. So the gesso kind of seeped through, and you could see it in the back. The traditional approach would be to use rabbit skin glue, and it comes in these kind of I don't know, it looks like sand, like little dots of rabbit skin glue. You have to heat it and then apply it when it's hot, and it can actually make the painting discolor over time. So we're not going for the rabbit skin glue, but then there are different options, and I just deep dived into it. So if you know more, you can definitely let me know in the comments, and maybe it helps someone else. There is apparently something called PVA, and that is like a synthetic, everything is synthetic by the way, what I'm saying now, a synthetic layer that lays on top of the linen, but it can be bad on the long term. But there are different opinions on that. And then there's this medium from Golden Acrylics, and it's called GAC 100 or 400 or 200. And that one is supposed to be better. So I think I'm going with that one. And I don't think the PVA ones are that easily available from the brands that I keep reading about. And I don't want to just buy some random shitty brand and then find out it's not good, because it is the base of your painting. And I have had on multiple occasions been sorry for the shitty materials I've used in the future. So we're going for the better ones now. I read up on GAC 100 and 400, and Golden actually says on their website you shouldn't use 400 on linen, or you should be careful when using it on linen, because it stretches really rigid, like it makes the canvas smaller. And it can cause cracking in the painting. So on another website I read that GAC 200 is good because it kind of mixes the two sizing. It's getting really complicated. And apparently 200 is like all in one. But they say on their website that you shouldn't use it, so I guess I'm not using it. And I think I'm just gonna go for 100 and see how that works. We'll see. That took way longer again. And also, it is really expensive. Let me show you. This is my shopping cart. Let's see. Oh, yes. That's 120. And then there is the other one. This one. This is the GAC. And this one for 1 liter or almost 1 liter, it is 40 euros. So that's again like 150, 160 gone to the art supplies. I of course forgot a few things, so now it is 155. I went to the store and I got the stuff. I didn't order it online because I was too petty to pay for shipping. So this way I was able to ask some questions about it in the art store as well. And they happened to have it. They had 100, 200 and 400 and even 900, but that's for textile apparently. And one of them said that it can loosen the canvas a little bit, or the linen on the stretcher, so you have to re-stretch it after applying, then apply the gesso. And because this is an acrylic binder or an acrylic primer, it's getting so complicated. This is an acrylic primer, it will bind to the gesso, which is good, and because I was worrying if it was good for oil paint, but apparently it's good because the gesso is for the binder, and then you apply the oil paint on the gesso. And obviously, like if you prefer using oil paint gesso, that's fine, but I do not. I haven't tried it honestly, but it seems like a hassle, so I don't want to try it. And this is fine because it's just a layer between the linen and the gesso, and this should work. Already quite late in the studio. It is almost 12, and that's because last night I went to the cinema until 12, so that's why I'm a little bit later. But I'm also heading over to Amsterdam around 3:34 because there's like an artist in residency program and you could get free tickets, which is good. They just started out and they're with artists that I know, not personally, but I know their work. And after that I have this meeting in Amsterdam as well with the Portretschap. and that is like this membership thing that I became a member of because I was a guest artist in June. So that's like part of the membership, like you go to the meetings, and it's new for me. So I'm just gonna see how that first meeting goes and what I think. It's also a good way, I think, to kind of get into the social part again after my holidays, because I feel really antisocial and I feel a little bit weird having conversations, even like the most basic conversations. I don't know if that is recognizable, but talking to a camera feels pretty natural. Talking to a person right now that I don't know is like, let's get it out of the way. There's drinks, so that's fine. And because it's starting at 6, I thought let's just start a little bit later today and take it easy to, you know, keep my energy for the evening. Everything I'm doing today is actually packing for the market, because I didn't do that yesterday and I still have no idea what I'm going to bring. So let's do that together. But first, some coffee. So I'm thinking of bringing these. I brought them a few times already. I have Gisele prints and another one actually. I'm not sure where it is, but I'm gonna look into it. And then I have some very last leftover cheaper prints. Last time I did the illustration market, it went really, really well, at least for me. So I think I'm just gonna bring the same stuff, honestly. And what worked last time was that people could just look through instead of just having them all hanging. And I'm thinking, it's quite a big stall, so I have mini prints as well. They should be here. I do. This one, this one, this one. Okay, so that's quite a lot to take with me. I'm not sure if I can, but we'll see. Ta-da! I have these little cute stickers that I just write the price on, and I'm just gonna let these go for cheap. And cheap means 200 for this one framed. This one too. And then the other one is a live drawing. Ooh. And that one I'll let go for 150, because the frames, I think in total cost me like 50 each, but it was a long time ago and they have been moved a lot, so I would rather that they go for a new home. And I don't want to carry them back with me, so we'll see what happens. Ta-ta. Oké, dus dat zijn er 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is packed. These are all the prints and the frames. And then these are the mini prints that I'll be taking with me. I selected I don't know, I have more than 20 different ones right at the moment, I think. I don't really sell them on my website. They're more like Patreon rewards and things I use to like write thank you notes. Okay, well, time flies. I have to go. I just filmed a reel of 4.5 minutes for Instagram, announcing that I'll be raising the prices of original art, which is something I really had to announce. I'll be doing that from the end of October, and I explained it in a reel, but I'll explain it later on YouTube as well. But basically, I've been underestimating the time it takes to make oil paintings, and I've been selling them for prices that will buy me a month or so. But it doesn't take a month anymore to create a painting, it takes longer. And I've realized that over the past few months, and that is why I will be raising the prices. But basically I had to kind of plan that in other announcements. So I just filmed like an explanation. I know I don't have to explain it, but I do feel like it's nice. And I also want to give people that have been following my work for a long time and that have been interested in buying an original the chance to actually get one from me for the original price still. So that's done, and now I have to go to Amsterdam because otherwise I'll be late. So apparently the company I ordered these from decided packaging was too much of an effort. Delivering them without anything is next level, I think, but at least they're here. Oh, I found the perfect ray of sunshine. Wow, I don't think I've ever had this ray of sunshine. Maybe it's the time of the year, and exactly this time, it's like 9:30. We should take some reference images like this. I want to remove a big painting from its old stretcher bars today. It is, however, supposed to be 29 degrees out, which is really, really, really hot in the Netherlands. It's almost heat wave level. So I will do that right away, and hopefully it won't be too hot when I start framing it on a new frame. And the reason I'm framing it is because it's an old stretcher, and I received that canvas with its stretcher bars from a friend, from my old studio mate actually, but it was already quite warped because of its old age. So now that I'm exhibiting it, it's just a shame to exhibit it in this state. So I want to re-stretch it on a new stretcher. And I want to do some drawing because my brain is already, third day of working, in this state of, you can't draw, you're bad, you can never draw again. So I kind of want to get that out of the way to get in a creative flow again, because yes, that also happens to me. This is a pre-made frame. So as you can see, there are like a few of the niches. I have no idea what they're called in English, but whatever. But then at the side, you have these. So I hope I can remove these easily, and otherwise I'll have to rip it a little bit and see how that works. But I hope that they come off easily. And it's quite a big thing, so I am going to frame it, so it doesn't matter if there are holes in the sides, but I would prefer there not to be. This is something I'm not going to do on film because it feels like it rushes me a little bit, and the nails hurt the canvas really easily. So I'm gonna take my time doing this. Moment of truth. I think I took most of them out quite okay, but they are a little bit damaged on the sides and there were just a few rusty spots. Okay. Take this one out first. I am always so amazed when I put a painting on the floor, and I'm gonna try to show you how big it is by showing it from up top. See, this is the area I was talking about. It's almost as if it's in the painting now. You can't really see it on camera, but you can clearly see this line going there. And I hope I can fix it in the new stretcher, I mean. You can see it right like this. That was the whole problem. Ta-da! I did a few of the niches. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but at least I can see now. This corner was the problem, and this one. Yes, because this still needs to be stretched. And if I stretch it really tightly, this corner will be good and straight again. Just now, because it's really hot. Maybe. Okay, we zijn er. Yes. All right, so that painting is framed and I am taking it with me to my solo exhibition, and it's huge. It's 195 by 130 centimeters, and I visited the gallery and I know where I want to show it. It's when you see it from outside, it's in quite a busy street. It's the wall that you see when you're from the outside, and it's like a big piece and it has a lot of color, so I know that will be taken. But for everything else, I still need to decide where I want everything. I got a map from them, and that's what I'm doing today, because I don't know what I'm bringing yet. I do know the name of the exhibition, I know the theme, I know what I want it to look like, but I just don't have the exact details yet. And I know that I want to create a little area where I'll be painting during the exhibition, painting or drawing, I'm not exactly sure. I visited this exhibition yesterday, which was like an artist in residency of 3 artists in a museum, Stedelijk Museum in Amsterdam. That kind of proved my point of showing the process as well. And because that was just a really chill vibe. It was a little bit messy. There was some music on. It wasn't really stiff, you know. I think sometimes when you're just showing paintings, it can feel a little bit stiff. And since I'll be there anyway, I might as well make it a little bit more open. Curator also told me that I might be able to host workshops there, which might be nice. I'm not exactly sure if I will do that, like nothing is sure at this moment, but it is cool to at least know that I can make it a kind of a lived-in space. So I will not be showing you the result because I want to have something as a surprise when the exhibition is actually happening. But I do want to let you know that I will be working on this. That is finished. The day is finished too, so I will see you tomorrow. It was so hot yesterday that I went swimming after leaving the studio, which was really nice. It is still about 28 degrees, so it's really, really hot today. But it's nice to have like a late summer, I guess. Yesterday evening, or less yesterday at the end of the afternoon, one of my hallway neighbors, they had some drinks near the water. And I was also there, like my studio building is situated next to a canal, like next to the water. So that's where I went first, and then I went swimming right after, which was really nice. Today it is still really hot, so I won't be preparing the new canvases that I got. But what I am going to do is do some writing, because I know that I have this footage of a few months prepared for you, and I want to make a video on that because I haven't shown you all that stuff yet, but I want to connect it with a story, because it's nice to, in retrospect, look at that film and look at the works that I made there and tell you about it in a different light. So that's what I want to prepare. I want to do some computer work, and I really want to do some sketching today, because I didn't have time to do that yesterday, because the painting took a bit longer than I expected, and I want to get into sketching again. I just heard that I'll have my first live illustration assignment in September. Like, I didn't have anything planned, and like it might happen that suddenly something does. But I don't really, that's kind of the life of a freelancer and like being self-employed. So I'm really glad that that went through, and they were like really chill on the phone and really enthusiastic. So It's nice to have something planned right away. And that's the same week as my workshop, so that's gonna be pretty busy. And now I'm just gonna have my lunch and make some coffee and work on my laptop because I just drew a little bit. And it went quite well. I think I wanna buy some nice big paper and work on a series of works on paper as well with oil, because it feels like a nice in-between step before I start on canvases. And I might be able to take those with me to my exhibition as well, because they're not quite as big and they won't take as much time as an entire canvas. Yeah, the heat is kind of working on my brain, so I'm noticing that I have to take it a little bit slower than usually. It's kind of sad that this is the only thing I have in the studio right now. But whatever. I think tomorrow I'll work from home and I'm gonna take this bread with me and just bake an egg. In Dutch we call it an uitsmijter. And I think it's like sunny side up. But I prefer uitsmijter. It sounds a bit aggressive too, uitsmijter. Like throwing someone out. It literally means throwing someone out. But for now it's Nutella. So today I am working from home because I wanted to edit a video for you. But I am currently thinking, like, I wrote some things and I had a little bit of a hard time at that moment, so it's getting a little bit dramatic, but I'm also not sure if that's a good thing. It might be a good thing. I don't know. I'm always a little bit in doubt when it is getting something dramatic or a little bit more emo. So I think it's time for me to just take my lunch break. I edited about 3 minutes now. And just look at it when I get back with fresh eyes. Do you know that feeling of aha, when you look back at something you did or you made, and at that time it all felt so difficult and you struggled, but once you were finished you just forgot about all that and you want to hug your previous self and tell her it is all going to be all right. It's as if I'm constantly sweaty in this studio, but it is again very hot today. Sweaty face for this whole video, whatever. It is Tuesday, so I am going to end this video. The market last Saturday was really nice. Unfortunately, I didn't sell a lot because I felt like it was more of a watching crowd, like, oh look what's here, how nice it is, and then I'm going home drinking beer and bye. And sometimes it just is like that, but I did meet a lot of people and I had a good time. And I was there with 2 other illustrators that I knew from Utrecht, because we were in a different place. So actually, I mean, it was a nice day, so I don't mind. So yeah, we'll see about the market if I'll do it again. I don't do them that often, but I do kind of like it. It's kind of like social. Anyway, this is the end of the video. Thank you for watching and seeing me get back into the groove for after my holiday, because I feel like this week has helped. I was not in it Monday, but now a week later I do feel like my brain starts catching up. So thank you for joining me, and thank you for the patrons, by the way, that support my work and my YouTube channel over there. And I will see you in the next one. That's also going to be a week in the life video. So yeah, let's see how long I'll keep that up.